to P6 somehow after all that chaos at the start. Now coming into turn 16 for the almost flat out right-hander, but not quite for the guy in front, going onto the grass on the inside there as we get closer and closer to the Mercedes in front, trying to get into the slipstream on the approach to Blanchimont. Seeing if we can make a move, getting closer and closer right on their back wing now as we come through the long left-hander of Blanchimont as they go wide over the curbs there, seeing if we can make a move into the bus stop chicane, going down the inside, braking hard, braking late, trying to make a move, maybe a bit too late, just about keeping it onto the track and hugging up to the apex and just about getting that position done as we now come onto the short straight to turn 4. Now side by side with the cars to the right on the way to turn 4, getting nudged there by one of the cars to the right and nudged once again, not leaving me any space whatsoever as we come into turn 4, breaking the 100-meter board, trying to keep a good line, getting a switch back on P2, trying to make a move side by side on the outside, coming towards turn 5 I think it is, as we just about get the move done. And now coming on to the third lap of the race, getting closer and closer once again in the slipstream, diving down the inside, coming into turn 1, trying to make a move up the inside on the inside line, trying to get around, but a terrible exit out of turn 1. Guy behind side by side into turn 2, and they cut me off into turn 2 as a matter of fact. No way I could have defended that as I try and keep right there behind them and close up that gap once again. As we now skip ahead to coming out of turn 11 once again, side by side towards turn 12, and let's hope he doesn't do the same thing as last time, diving down the inside on the inside line, trying to make the move, and I think this time we've got the move done on the exit of turn 12. Coming through the quick left-hander of Blanchimont for the 7th and final time, slowly closing the gap between us and the car ahead as we come towards the final corner of this race. Now coming down the inside, hard on the brakes into the chicane, side by side on entry, squeezing ahead, but the other car still right beside me as we make our way towards the checkered flag. Much better exit than the car ahead, however, we still have a chance to take the position as we take the inside line. It's going to be a photo finish to the line side by side as we win the race by the smallest imaginable margin from the car to the left. As the lights are away and we get underway for this 7-lap race at Brands Hatch Indy. Coming towards the first corner now, Paddock Hill Bend. Pretty incident free so far, but as you'll see, that'll change shortly as we come down the hill towards the Druids hairpin. Trying to go down the inside into Druids and everyone just crashes out straight away, spinning car in the middle of the track. Takes out the guy to the left as we come out of Druids hairpin. Now coming down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend, and one guy going into the grass on entry there, and one guy going onto the grass on exit there. Not sure what happened, but up to P4 we go as the lights are about to go out, and we are underway for this 10-lap race, and we get a fantastic start, hugging against the wall and taking P2 straight away on the main straight as we now come towards turn 1. Want to play it quite cautiously into turn 1 because you see how many people dive bomb into this sharp right-hander. Taking the inside line just in case, playing it cautious as I said. Somehow, looking behind, no one got absolutely murdered into the first corner, which is rare in these online races, especially at the Nürburgring. As we now skip ahead once again to the long bank to right-hander of Stavilo, car behind, taking the inside line and flying past up the hill. Nothing I can do about that, but we can still come back at them. Much better exit on Stavilo as we chase the car in front to retake the position. Right on the back wing of the car in front now as I go to the right, then go to the left and try and make a move on the straight. Side by side with the car to the right now as we come towards the Carrière, and it looks like we've secured that position. Or have we? They're still right behind us as we come towards the quick left-hander, as we go to the inside line to try and make a move and barge past up the inside to retake their position. Of course, if this was F1, we'd be getting about 1 million penalties, but thankfully it isn't. As we now come down the short straight towards turn 4, almost 3 abreast for the cars in front coming into the corner, as we now slam on the brakes at the 100-meter board. Coming into the corner as one guy in front gets absolutely Alex Albon into the sand there. Thankfully, we don't get involved and take up 3 more positions in just one single corner. Thank you very much. Up to P4 we go, as we now come back onto the start-finish straight, and this was a pretty odd occurrence, never seen this before. So the guy just disappears, and I assumed he'd lagged out or something, which was a shame. As I come round La Source now and see he is right there in front of me. So once he crossed the line, he teleported back into the pits, so he was still on the same lap. And because his pit box was right on the pit exit, he just had to drive out and effectively just cut La Source. And I don't know if that's the most ridiculous or incredible thing I've ever seen, but I'm going to remember that for a while, because that's just amazing. Anyway, their lead wouldn't last very long, as we skip ahead 1 lap later to lap 4, coming into Le Com, going a bit wide, but not getting it as long as the guy in front, spinning out on the exit there, and putting me into the lead of the race. as we come into the loop now, getting a much better exit than they do, going a bit wide coming through there, getting closer and closer, and again a much better exit there as well, going from the outside to the inside. Now in the slipstream of the blue Corvette in front, getting closer to the rear bumper. Now coming into Brooklyn's, diving down the inside on the inside, trying to make a move on the inside line. And just about squeezing past coming into there, but now coming into Luffield. But going wide into Luffield, taking the outside line as they storm past up the inside, coming out the exit. Side by side out the exit of Luffield into Woodcote. And they're still there just inside. You can see with the arrow there. They are right in front, getting closer and closer as they go past, coming into Cops. No way am I going side by side into Cops. So what happened to those poor guys earlier as we go past, but they go wide into Cops once again. This is fantastic. Making our way back into third place. P3 on the podium. Now looking behind just real quick, seeing if they're still there, seeing how far they are behind as well, as they're still right on our tail, coming through Maggots, now coming into Beckett's as well. Still just can't fend them off as they're still right there behind me, getting closer and closer. As we come out of Chapel now towards the Hangar Straight, as they pull to the outside, as they prepare to make an overtake coming down the Hangar Straight. And now on the Hangar Straight, 7th time of this race, lap 7 of 10. As we still just side by side with the Corvette on the left there, trying to defend the inside line there as we do. Still in P3, still defending our place as we come towards the Vale chicane now. Still right on our back bumper, that blue Corvette is, as we come into the Vale chicane, but looking up and going wide coming into the Vale chicane, giving them an easy opportunity to fly past on the exit of that corner as we skip ahead to lap 8 now, coming through Village hairpin once again as they lock up once again into Village. Going into the runoff area on the outside, that blue Corvette is, as we come into the loop, and again going wide through that corner, side by side with the blue Corvette on the right as we come into Aintree now, trying to not make any contact through there as we come onto the Wellington Straight once again, and still somehow side by side with the Corvette on the right as we come down towards Brooklyn's corner once again, still side by side. They're just ahead as we dive down the inside, trying to hold on desperately to that vital third position as we come into Luffield now, my Achilles heel here at Silverstone, as again we go wide and then right there with us going down the inside, coming out the exit of Luffield, side by side with the Corvette on the right now as we come towards Cobbs on this short straight, the old start finish straight. They edge just ahead of us. It's a carbon copy of last lap. Let's go towards Cops now, see if we can make a move if they go wide. But instead I'm the one going wide, but them getting a much better line than I do. The penultimate lap of this race as they go looking up once again into the runoff area at Village Hairpin. Getting into P3 once again, trying to get past the loop, and this time it has been sealed. Up to P3 we go with them going wide onto the grass on the outside there. Up to P3 we go, ending one of the most exciting battles I've ever had in my time in sim racing as we skip ahead to a lap. So there we go, that's it for this video, going over just some of my favourite moments on this channel in the past year. And also this video should be going out on Christmas Day, Friday the 25th of December 2020. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic Christmas. And that's about it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe, comment, share. And I'll be back in the next video. See ya!